Hello everybody and welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm just gonna continue from where I left off in the previous tutorial. Now, thus far I have been trying to reduce my scan size, but I have not been very successful with it. As you can see, Wireshark has recorded quite a bit of traffic. All of my recorded traffic was above 1,000 packets, which is pretty high. One was 1700, 1600, etc., and so on and so forth. So I'm going to try doing something else. There is an option in Wireshark to omit host discovery and simply to assume that a host is online. And I'm hoping that that will reduce my packet size, so my total number of packets, sorry, 192.168.1.4, and press enter. See how much traffic will that generate. Uh, Probably not a whole lot less, but certainly less. Let me put it to you so. One of the best things that you can do, primarily if you're scanning a large amount of IP addresses, is to make a file. And in that file, just list the IP addresses that you want to scan, and then pass the port. So don't scan on all the ports. See, it says it has scanned 1,000 ports. That's a lot. I mean, not shown 999 filtered ports. Anyway, it says packets displayed 1446, which is still, I mean, it's a bit less from 1600, but still it is a pretty large amount of packets. So as I've said just a moment ago, try doing a port scan. Try typing in nmap 192.168.1.4, and let's say that I want to scan on port 80. And I also want to, no wait, I'm just going to go ahead and scan on port 80, and then in the next follow-up command I will add an additional argument. So it has, oops, sorry, wait. There we go. I just wanted to restart the live capture session so that you would be able to actually see the amount of packets. And there we go. Now I'm conducting a scan on port 80, and I want to see how many packets will I capture. This will definitely have less traffic from the previous scans. So there were only 2 packets. Look at this. Only 2 packets. Okay, it says destination unreachable, host administratively prohibited. The reason why it says that, it's because the port on my virtual machine, port 80, is closed, and firewall is dropping all connections on port 80. But it doesn't matter. Now we know that it is closed. It says service HTTP. However, what is of importance to us here is that it has only generated 2 packets, and this is fantastic. This is not something that's going to be problematic, that's going to be noticeable, or something of a kind. Especially, as I said before, if you have like a range of, I don't know, 100 or 200 IP addresses, it would take you forever to conduct full port scans on all 100 IP addresses. Rather, instead, you want to focus your attention to the think of it in terms of services. Okay, I want to test these services out, so I'm going to scan on the ports on which those services are most likely to run. For example, if I wanted to go ahead and scan for port 22, which is SSH, I'm going to go ahead and pass this argument, but before that I need to reset my capture, even though there were only 2 packets there, so probably I didn't need to do that, but doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and do port 22, and let's see if the PN option is going to be of any help to us here. The PN option usually is good when Wireshark concludes that the host is down, even though it's up, and then you pass PN, then the scan flies anyway. So now we have determined that port 22 is closed. When it says filtered here, it simply means that Wireshark cannot determine whether the port is open or closed. However, if it says filtered, it's most likely closed. It's most likely you're not going to be able to do anything on it as the firewall is dropping it. But here, SSH, it clearly states that it is closed. And look at this, we have reduced our packet size by 1. So we only generated 1 single packet. Now think about it, how much have we reduced traffic, our scanning traffic? From 1600 packets, we've come down to a single packet. That's a significant reduction. That's not something that's, I mean, it's detectable, but nobody's gonna notice or care for a single scan, and that is what people in pen testing industry are usually counting on. Hide in the mass of information, and then attempt to do something from there. But you could have also said, I don't know, port 80. So do a scan like this. Do scans on port 80 and 22. Oops, sorry. Need a comma there. So do scans on port 22 and 80, and that's very helpful, primarily because you will be able to specify pretty much as many ports as you like here, and then you will be able to conduct scan and figure out what is going on with those particular services, nothing else. Look, it says displayed here 4, but I did not reset it. In total, there are 3 packets here. So with the PN option that we've passed, we have generated only 3 packets, and we figure out what is going on port 22 and 80, as opposed to just generating a huge amount of traffic and getting pretty much the same amount of information as pretty much this scan that we've done now, which is nothing. I mean, three packets is nothing, not something noticeable, as I've said before. In any case, before I conclude this tutorial, let me just go ahead and mention again that it is not okay to scan networks that you don't have a permission to scan or that you do not own. People who work in pen testing industry, they get contracts and are allowed to do particular things so that they would test the security of the network. If you wish to conduct tests of your own, I would advise you to construct some virtual machines. It's ridiculously easy to do. All you need is VirtualBox or any other virtual machine client where you can install your virtual machines, and then you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can also install router operating systems and have your virtual machines act as routers as well. And in such a way, you will be able to conduct any sort of test that you want. There are no boundaries there. There are no legal limits there. You can literally destroy the machines there because they're virtual machines and they are your machines, most importantly of all. In any case, that would be it as far as Wireshark and Nmap is concerned. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope to see you in the next one.